Good evening, everyone. How are you? Good. First off, I want to bring you special greetings from Dr. Fred Newman, who could not be here with us tonight, but wanted to say hello to the Independence Party and a special hello to his favorite mayor as well. We're probably being a little subtle here, but Mr. Mayor, you may have picked up on the fact that we're lobbying you. We have a video, we have a poster. I hope you'll take a poster home with you and put it up in the office. Of course, it's not news to anyone to say that the Independence Party is an ardent supporter of nonpartisan elections. We brought the issue to you in 2001, and together we ushered in a new era of nonpartisan governance for our city. You are an independent, and it's clear from the style and substance of your leadership, as we saw in the video, that you feel, as we do, that there's too much partisanship. And though we were largely alone in the early years of your first term raising this concern, it's not an exaggeration to say that today, the negative effects of partisanship and special interest politics have become a deep and abiding concern for the people of our city, our state, and our country. You have governed as an independent, and the Independence Party is very proud of that. When we first endorsed you in 2001, we didn't know each other well, and frankly, we didn't know how independent you would be. We're now almost 10 years down the road, and we do know each other. And I would say, and I think the Independence Party would agree, Mike, you done good. But there is an issue that we have to talk about, and it raises political questions and engineering questions, two fields that you understand very, very well. The issue is that we have to make sure that the nonpartisan spirit you brought to city government goes beyond you and beyond us into becoming the law, into becoming the official structure and design of New York City elections. If there ever were a model of partisan dysfunction, our state government in Albany is it. Party power, party control, party domination is the fixation of every Albany transaction. We must do what we can here in New York City to make sure that does not become the future here. We all know there are no guarantees in life, especially in politics, but there are steps that can be taken to make sure that the voters and not the parties have the first and final say. There are steps that can be taken to ensure that 1 million independents have the right to vote in every round. There are steps that can be taken to institutionalize a culture of nonpartisanship. And giving the voters the chance to choose that culture is the greatest gift and the greatest legacy that you can provide to the city. I know you're concerned about the results of the last try when we lost. We are too. But we both know the old saying that the cornermen and trainers tell their fighters in the ring. It's not how many times you get knocked down that counts, it's how many times you get up. And we are ready to get up with you, Mr. Mayor. As you know, we love a good fight. Please welcome New York's independent, nonpartisan leader, Mayor Michael Bloomberg.
Thank you. Jackie, thank you for inviting me tonight. I'd say sit down, but most of you don't have seats. So this is an exciting time of the year. Summer is just around the corner. As you know, the beaches are opening this weekend. Before you know it, it will be, why do you think I'm talking about the weather? It will be Independence Day. Of course, every day is Independence Day for this crowd. And in case you hadn't heard, we just got some more great news today. The Super Bowl will be coming here to the greatest stage in the world. Some thought a colder city like New York could never attract a Super Bowl, but those same people probably thought we would never elect an independent as mayor either. But as Jackie and Kathy and you two guys have to get enthusiastic. I've just got to get some ways to sort of turn you on and get you in the spirit of the thing. As everybody knows, New York cannot be counted out, never. We're the place where the unlikely, never in a million years scenarios really are realized. And I just wanted to drop by and say thank you for helping us make history in last year's campaign. In doing so, I think we sent a message to our nation about independence. If it can happen here, it can happen anywhere. Now, independents are an important voice in politics, and that voice is getting louder every day, especially in New York City. The challenges we face is making sure that those voices are heard in government and making sure those voices are heard in elections. And as you know, I have always believed that every voter, whether registered with a party or as an independent, deserves an equal opportunity to participate in the process. And that means an equal opportunity to run for office, to sign a petition, to work as a poll watcher, and most importantly, to vote in the decisive round of elections. And when you have one party that so dominates, like we do here, this city happens to have the Democratic Party dominate, but there are other cities where the Republican Party dominates. The truth of the matter is, if that's the case, it is the primary where only those registered in the party, the party faithful who come out, they're the ones that for all practical purposes make the decision, and everybody else gets disenfranchised. And disenfranchising 1 million voters in New York City just isn't a smart thing to do. Now, Jackie talked about the fight to get nonpartisan elections here. Let me tell you about nonpartisan elections. Virtually every big city in America has a nonpartisan election. Only New York does not. Although we do have nonpartisan elections, we just have them for special elections only. But I think we should have them, as you know, for all elections. It's why I've always been a big supporter of nonpartisan elections, and I'm glad that the Charter Commission is considering the idea. Now, it'll be up to them whether or not they put it forward, but I'm glad to hear that many of your members have been participating in the hearings. The Charter gives me the power to appoint an independent commission, a Charter Revision Commission, and I've given them instructions. Go out there, listen to everybody, and do what you think is right. And people say, oh, you should be telling them what to do. Well, if I told them what to do, people would be criticizing me as well. The bottom line is you have to go to their hearings and make the case. Nobody should question where I stand on the issue, but I'm not going to tell them what to do. But remember, as Jackie pointed out, we did go and try to get this city independent people the ability to vote. Nonpartisan elections would have done that. We spent an awful lot of money. We did not succeed. My hope is that this will be on the ballot. I'd love to see it on the ballot, but it's up to an independent Charter Revision Commission, and you've got to go and make the case to them and try to convince them. We have made a lot of progress, as Jackie pointed out, over the years in creating independent, nonpartisan government, and I think we can do even better in the years ahead. But disenfranchising a big chunk of people in the city, and it's not only the million people who aren't in a party, it's those people who come out for the general election but can't come out for the primary election. They're the ones that are disenfranchised. And this is wrong. This is not democracy the way the founding fathers had expected it to be or wanted it to be. So get out there. Go to work. I will govern in an independent way. I'm going to do what's right. I have nothing wrong with anybody that belongs to a party, but that's not going to be an issue in whether I hire them or whether I listen to them or whether I follow their advice. I'm going to look at the merits of everything, and that's what I think everybody should do in a democracy. We need nonpartisan elections here in New York City. But most importantly, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for giving me the opportunity to be your mayor. It's the most wonderful job in the world. If anybody wants to be mayor, I would suggest you start planning right now.